In this brief video, we're going to learn how to use Microsoft Office as a drawing tool. Now we're going to focus our attention on drawing in Microsoft Excel, but once you know how to draw in Excel, you also know how to draw in Word and PowerPoint because most of the drawing features are identical. We are assuming that you've already watched these introductory videos. If you haven't, you might want to do that first. If you want to move a shape, you simply left-click and drag. But notice that the shape is no longer available in your stencil of shapes over there. So what you normally want to do is copy a shape. And you copy a shape just like you copy any shape in any Windows application. Most commonly, you use the keyboard shortcut Control-C, then select the cell where you want to move it, Control-V to paste. Another popular way to copy is to right-click the object, then still holding the right mouse button, drag, and when you release the right mouse button, in the menu that appears, select Copy Here. Every now and again, Control-C, Control-V might paste a shape outside of your viewing area or might paste an arrow as a tiny dot. If you use the right-click and drag method, you'll have 100% control every time. To rotate a shape, simply select the Rotate handle at the top of the object. If you want to move one object behind another, you simply right-click it, Send to Back. To align or distribute shapes, you first select them using everything you learned in our training video for how to select objects. Then select the Drawing Format tab that only appears when you have objects selected. Then maybe select Align. Then maybe Align Middle so that your shapes look like that. And then maybe do it again to maybe distribute them perfectly. And in the same way, you might use Snap to Grid. From here, you can pretty much just play with it. It's pretty intuitive, isn't it? Now most continuous improvement shapes, it wouldn't make any sense to put a border on them. But let's just say that you had inserted a picture that it would make some sense to put a border around. Then you could have any of these cooly styles to have any kind of a border that you like. A much more practical feature that you'll use a lot more is, let's say that you've used your Systems to Win menu to insert a link icon to link to a related document. And you accidentally nudged it down so that it spans into the cell below it. And then when the row was later resized, it messed up your image size. How do you reset an image back to its original size? First, you right-click it, select Size and Properties, make sure that the Lock Aspect Ratio is unchecked, and then click the Reset button. Easy as that. Whenever you insert any image into any Excel file, you want that image size to be reasonable size before you insert it. Otherwise, you're going to have enormous Excel file sizes. This is especially important when working with templates that are image intensive, like your work instructions template that shows a picture and a description of every step of a process. But also an A3 report, or really any template that has any images at all. If you go to this web address, you will find training for several different options for how to reduce image file sizes before putting them into Excel. Some objects, like pictures, can't have text. So if we right-click a picture, you'll see that the right-click menu doesn't say anything about text. However, if we right-click a shape, we can select the menu item to edit text. And that's how you can add text to a shape that doesn't yet have text. And of course, you can format the text to make it bigger or a different color or whatever. And we can right-click the outside edge of a shape and select Format Shape to change the line style or to fill it with a color, or Format Properties to change all kinds of other properties of the shape. To format lines and arrows, you simply right-click the line or arrow, then select Connector Types, Straight, Elbow, or Curved. Or for other types of formatting, you right-click the line or arrow and select Format Shape, just like you do for any other shape. And here you can select the width of the arrow and the color and the arrow end type and all kinds of other things. To change one shape into another shape, you simply select the Edit Shape from your Drawing Tools Format menu, and then select the shape that you want to change it to. To copy formatting from one shape to another, you first select the Home tab, then select the shape you want to copy the formatting from, then select the Format Painter button in the Home tab of the ribbon, then select the shape to copy the formatting to. When you insert a shape, it's going to start out with the default formatting, which is almost never the formatting that you want. So instead, you want to right-click an existing shape that's already formatted the way you want your new shape to be formatted, and then set that shape as the default shape. And now when you insert a new shape, it's going to be formatted just like your chosen shape. So let's say we want to make another one of those cool bent green inventory flow arrows. First, we right-click the existing one and set it as a default shape. Then we insert a curve type of line. Then we left-click where we want our new line to start, and we left-click again for each point we want on our curve. And then we double-click to finish. And now that entire shape can be moved if needed. Pretty neat, eh? Now it's your turn. Pause this video and actually use what you've learned.